Upon your first arrival in Coral, an Argonian named Dar-Ma will approach you and say,
"Hello, I don't think we've met. Are you new in town?"
"None of your business."
"Oh, well, I'm sorry for bothering you. My mother often says I'm too forward with strangers."
Although her mother may be right, you can say, "Look, yes I am, pleased to meet you."
"Likewise, I'm always glad to meet someone new. Welcome. I'm sure my mother would be glad to meet you as well."
"Tell me more about your mother."
"My mother owns Northern Goods and Trade in Coral." "Be seeing you."
And with that, Dhamma wanders off after her nice, warm and friendly greeting. Now, once you leave Coral and come back after 3 days, you'll hear rumors in the town that Dhamma is missing. Heading to Northern Goods and Trade, you can talk to her mother, Seed Neas, about her missing daughter.
Hello.
"I don't mean to impose, but I'm hoping you can help me. My daughter, Dhamma, is missing, and I don't know what to do."
"Tell me about your missing daughter."
"That's right. My daughter Dhamma never came back from Hackdirt. I'm dreadfully worried something may have happened to her. Can you help?"
Sorry, I can't help right now.
"Ah, well, never mind then."
But if you choose to say, yes, I'll help find Dhamma.
"I can't thank you enough for your kindness. She was supposed to make a delivery to Atira Moslin in Hackdirt, so I would start there. In case it may be useful, she was with Blossom, her horse, I mean. Dhamma loves that animal and would never willingly abandon her."
Tell me more about Dhamma.
"The best daughter a mother could ask for, kind-hearted and a friend to everyone she meets."
And what about this Hackdirt?
"A rather isolated village south of Coral. We do some business with the trader there. Small volume, but she pays well. Normally I make the deliveries, but I wasn't feeling well, so Dhamma insisted on going this time. I do hope nothing has happened to her. Bye."
And with that, we've been tasked in finding Dhamma and her horse Blossom in Hackdirt. Heading out of town, we can see that Hackdirt is a straight shot south of Coral. Although there is no path to walk upon, we have to go through the Great Forest. After some time, getting through thick brush, we see what appears to be a chapel and a small town that it looks like it's been burnt out, ravaged by some type of fire. It's definitely seen better days. And we also see Moslin's dry goods, in which we've been instructed to find Dhamma as she made a transaction and has never been heard of since. Heading into Moslin's dry goods, it's very apparent just how disheveled the place is. Just like the town, it looks like a mess.
"Let me give you some advice, stranger. Leave. Now. You ain't welcome here."
Atira Moslin is not very friendly, but we need to find out about Dhamma.
"I don't know any Dharma. If you're talking about that cursed Argonian swindler from Coral, I'd like to know where she is too. She never showed up. How am I supposed to run a shop without any merchandise? You tell her I want half off on my next delivery."
Atira claims Dhamma has never arrived in Hackdirt, but what can you tell me about this town?
"We scrape by. Not that we've ever had naught but trouble from outsiders like you. You'd best be moving on if you know what's good for you. Stop talking. Enough."
With a thinly veiled threat, we get a quest update that says Atira Moslin says that Dhamma never arrived with the scheduled delivery. She seemed to be hiding something, however, and I should investigate the town further. I decide to snoop around this very suspicious woman's house. Heading upstairs, I can actually see that there are some mushroom caps and potion of detect life that you can just take. Strangely, Atira is calling us a thief,
Looks like we've got a thief in our midst.
even though it doesn't show up as we're stealing from her. So I decide to maybe head out of her house before she comes more hostile. Before I do so, I wanted to test it out by seeing some of her goods and wares. And yes, again, this doesn't show up as stealing as such, yet Atira is protesting profusely. So we're going to head back into the town.
"Stop! Thief!"
Seeing the standout chapel, I feel like I'd be remiss if I didn't see what their chapel was like, especially as it's not appearing to worship the 9 divines or necromancy. There's no bodies, nothing ominous. All we see in here is one book, a Bible of the Deep Ones, and it reads, "Given to me by the Chief of the Deep Ones. He taught me his language and his runes. This is the ancient law of his people, which we shall follow from now until forever. Signed in the presence of 12 witnesses. Erlav Moslin, 3E45. Then if we peruse through the book further, we see what appears to be Daedric ruins. It's not clear what they say, however, it really does hold an ominous weight that they are Daedric worshippers maybe, but definitely not the 9 divines as we can tell. Something terrible has happened to this town, and as we investigate more, it seems that all of the houses are locked even during the day, which is not something that, many houses do in Oblivion. So I decide to use the potion of Detect Life, which I've taken from Ratira's house, because I can't actually see any people in the town in the middle of the day either. So as I travel through the town looking for a soul to talk to, I actually happen upon one in a burnt out house, and the quest update saying, "I've found Dar-Ma's horse behind Moslin's dry goods in Hackdirt. Although Itira Moslin already told me she never arrived here, I should now confront her with this lie and see how she reacts." So with that, I'm going to head back to Moslin's dry goods, confront her about the lie which she's told us. Clearly Dhamma has been here, and things are becoming more ominous and mysterious. Now, unfortunately, Itira has locked her doors on us. We've just hit after hours, and as we turn around, we see some of the townsfolk are actually walking through the town. So I take the time to talk to landholder Moslin,
Go on.
which may be your brother or husband, and hopefully try and learn more.
I guess we've got a room available. 30 gold per night. Take it or leave it.
Now, he says he has a bed. As it's after hours and he has a bed, I decide to take a room at the inn.
Fine. Take the stairs up to the right, the room on the left. No visitors allowed and no pets.
Oh, before I go, can you tell me about Dar-Ma?
Who? Nah, I haven't seen any young women around. Even if I had, why would I know anything about her going missing? Not that I'm saying I ever seen her, because I haven't.
The townsfolk are so brusque and hostile,
Stop talking. Enough.
even when trying to get in bed for the night. So we head upstairs, as he said, the door to the right and room to the left. The room on the right looks like it's been ransacked, and as I look in the cupboards, we see that a quest update saying I found Dharma's diary in the inn in Hackdirt. I should confront the innkeeper with this evidence and see if he changes his story. This shall be very, very intriguing, but first let's read the diary. It says, "This is apparently a diary of a young Argonian named Dar-Ma. Most of the book deals with the personal, but mundane details of her life in Coral. The only interesting entry is the last one. Arrived in Hackdirt after dark, due to Blossom throwing a shoe on the way. The road was really rough. Hardly more than a track. Doesn't anyone else ever come down here? The trader's shop was closed and she wouldn't come to the door even though I could see a light in the upstairs window. Rude. But at least this inn was open. Although the proprietor is kind of creepy, giving me these weird grins when he thought I wasn't looking. Ugh. And what's wrong with his face? Seems like I'm the only one staying here tonight. I didn't see much of the town since it was already dark, but I admit to being kind of spooked. But I'll never admit that to Mother, or she'd never let me go on another one of these deliveries. She still thinks I'm just a baby. She would probably say hatchling, and in front of my friends too. Remember to ask her about the creepy innkeeper when I get home." Well, the candle is almost burnt down. They didn't even provide a lantern in this horrible old inn. So I guess I'd better try to get some sleep. If I can even sleep with all this creaking in this old place. I keep thinking I hear footsteps outside. I'm so on edge. Grow up, Dar. I'm sure in the morning it will all seem quaint and charming. Good night, diary. Such a sweet girl. She's definitely left in a hurry. Following her footsteps, we're going to get some sleep ourselves and investigate further in the morning. As we try and sleep, the middle of the night, we're awoken abruptly.
This ends here!
A stealth attack by a Hackdirt brethren. With only just enough time to summon a skeleton and defend myself. We dispatch the man, but it's very strange stealth attack? Why did he come at us, and why were his eyes so big? He was a very odd-looking individual, very poorly dressed, and the township of Hackdirt just went from unwelcoming to intensely hostile. So now, instead of sleeping through the night, we're going to straight up investigate what is happening in this town, and we have one more piece to the disappearance of Dar-Ma. We glance at Tira as we head out of the inn, and she looks to be heading to the chapel herself, where we're going to confront her. Heading inside the chapel, we're told by Jiv Hiriel,
You shouldn't be in here, stranger. You'd better leave before somebody gets hurt.
but we've got questions.
Go ahead, please.
Where is Dar-Ma?
Shh. We can't talk here. They'll get suspicious. The girl is in danger. Meet me tonight after dark in my house. I'll leave the door unlocked. Don't be late.
Well, at least tell me about Hackdirt.
We don't look kindly on strangers asking questions. If you need a room, try Moslin's Inn. Otherwise, you'd best be moving on.
So, Jiv has become very tight-lipped, and I should head to his house. It looks like he's the only guy that is willing to talk, but I can't help myself. I need to confront the publican, the innkeeper, about what just happened.
If you're not careful, the Brethren will have to teach you a lesson.
Ah, so he does know about the Brethren. Well, I have proof that Dhamma stayed in your inn.
Oh, you meant the Argonian wench. Must have slipped my mind. Yeah, she was here, then she left. I don't know nothing else about it.
Well, why didn't she take her things?
How would I know? Maybe she went crazy and run off into the woods. Now, if you'll excuse me, I got things to do.
One last question.
What?
Who the hell are the Brethren?
Brethren? I got no brothers.
Okay, he's disturbingly tight-lipped.
Stop talking. Enough. Get out of here, or there's going to be trouble.
We're an inch away from starting a fight without learning what happened to Dhamma, so I head to Jiv's house and talk to him as he asked.
You came. Good. I don't have much time. I have to get to the gathering before I missed.
Tell me about Dhamma.
You have to believe me. I didn't know what they were planning. They want to bring back the Deep Ones. I thought I did too, but she's so innocent. They've got her down in the caverns. They're going to sacrifice her, you understand? You've got to save her. Here, take this key. It'll open any of the trapdoors down to the caves. Every house in town has one. The one in Moslin's Inn is your best bet, nearest where she's being held, the middle of the night, when everyone's at the gathering. Good luck. You will save her, won't you? I gotta go now.
There's so many questions. Who are the Deep Ones you speak of?
I don't know much. Never seen them myself. Our grandfathers first found them, I think, digging in the mines. They helped us, made us rich, but there was a terrible price. Blood. And worse.
I don't know if they're a Daedra, but this sounds very ominous, worshipping creatures that need blood. Then who are these Brethren?
Those of us who've changed the most, we call the Brethren. Live down in the caves, to be nearer the Deep Ones. They don't like the sunlight much. Dangerous, too. You'll want to avoid them if you can help it.
So they've become warped over time underground like Falmer? Ugh. What about the caverns?
Caves run all beneath the town. Some natural, some dug over the years since we found the Deep Ones. Every house has an entrance now.
What is up with this town?
I was only a boy when the soldiers came. We hid, vowed revenge, but the Deep Ones never came back. Atira, she's the one who found them old books, learned the runes, how to speak them again. But they want blood, she says, or they'll not help us. Good luck, stranger. You get that girl out of this terrible place. Excuse me, but you have to leave now.
So we head back into the inn. As we've been told, it'll have the closest trapdoor to find Dar-Ma, but so many strange things. An occult worshipping these Deep Ones. Clearly they are not for the betterment of humanity, as this town nearly was burnt down previously. Now, the quest updates and says I found a trapdoor that seems to lead to the caverns beneath Hackdirt. I should enter these caverns and search for Dar-Ma. heading down into the caverns that look very extensive at first glance. We see what appears to be a jail cell to the northeast. Inside is Dar-Ma.
Please, let me out of here. You must help me escape. I think these creatures plan to do something horrible to me tonight.
I know they're going to try and kill you, but not yet. I need to see what's in these caves.
What are you doing? You can't leave me here to die.
I mean, you're better in the caves than here. What happened here in Hackdirt?
These creatures kidnapped me from my room in the inn while I was sleeping. I don't know why, but I'd rather not find out. Please hurry back. You're my only hope.
With a very Star Wars-esque "You're my only hope," we take the Hackdirt key, leave Dar-Ma to investigate further. Hopefully she will be more safe in the cell than alongside us.
Kill!
Unfortunately, we've been spotted by one of the brethren. Forced into combat, this brethren is the same as his other brother, wearing just sackcloth pants, having a type of club, again with the big eyes. Unlike the former, whose eyes became useless, they seem to have eyes that are much bigger. Maybe better to see underground? I'm not sure. As we head into the next cavern with all of these brethren, they start to sniff about. Just like the former, their senses must be heightened in the caverns. They can smell our presence. Unfortunately, we've alerted a cluster of them, which barrage us all at once. Fighting our way backwards into the cavern, we dispatch them one by one with the help of our trusty skeleton summon. As we explore the caverns further, we see the townsfolk.
If you're not careful, the brethren will have to teach you a lesson. Just go away.
Well, Landholder, they already tried. In a very creepy moment, we see all the townsfolk start to gather in one place, looking down into a tunnel. They're not hostile to us yet. I approach the one townsfolk I haven't spoken to, Natch Pinder. He says,
Don't push your luck, stranger. Plenty of folks have turned up dead after asking questions like that.
Well, what about Hackdirt?
I got nothing to say to you, stranger. Outsiders have always tried to destroy us, but we've always survived.
Hostile as ever, we see that Atira,
Don't
the rest of them
bother
are staring
someone
into this
else.
cave. Before we head in, we ask Atira about Dhamma.
Make it quick.
What's a horse doing here then?
That's my horse. Owned it for years. Now either buy something or get out.
So she's clearly lying,
Stop
not that we didn't
talking.
know that
Enough.
already. This is where the Deep Ones must be, where they're trying to be summoned by the townsfolk to bring them back with a gift of blood. Although we never see the Deep Ones, we still hear their rumblings from the bowels of the earth. And with that, that's all we need to know. Our quest is to help Dhamma, and that's what I intend to do. So we go back to a jail cell, and the quest says, free Dhamma from the clutches of the foul creatures that infest Hackdirt. Now to escape and deliver her safely back to Seed Neas in Coral.
Thank you. Let's get out of here.
As I open her cell, Natch Pinder attempts to ambush us. Dar aids me in felling Natch, and I realize that the townsfolk probably turning hostile.
What should I do?
Wait here until I come back.
Fine, but don't be gone too long.
I need Dhamma to wait here until I come back. You can hear that it looks like the townsfolk.
I'd better cut down on the ale. Starting to see things, I am.
The townsfolk rush in at me, but instead of attacking, it looks like they're fleeing once more. As I unsuccessfully chase them down, they've used one of the escape hatches.
To arms! To arms!
Literally ambushed by two Hackdirt brethren.
You're pathetic.
Landholder has been felled by them, I'm not sure. Maybe for trying to flee, but somebody's killed him.
I'm just warning you.
It's incredible and strange. Why would they kill him? I know that it seems that they are brutal in nature, but that just seems even out of character for them. I don't even know. I assume it's a game glitch, but I don't want to find out further. We check for townsfolk where they were worshipping the Deep Ones, but only find Jiv Huriel. He's the only one to not be hostile towards us.
What can I do for you? You too.
Heading back to Dar-Ma.
What should I do? Sounds good. I'm right behind you.
ask Dar-Ma to follow us once more as we head out of town. So, we look around town further, but it seems all the townsfolk that have survived have fled.
Have you seen my horse? I can't leave her here.
And Dhamma is on a horse Blossom, waiting for us to lead her back.
What should I do? Sounds good. I'm right behind you.
And with that, we head out of the town of Hackdirt, barely alive, back to the town of Coral to reunite Dar-Ma with her mother.
Good day. Have you found her? Is she safe?
Yes, Dar-Ma is safe.
Thank you. Thank you. I can never repay you for your gift of my daughter's life, but you have my friendship and gratitude to the end of my days.
After the quest is complete, we do have a bonus to our mercantile skill.
Farewell.
Dar-Ma is pretty smitten with us.
My hero.
Blossom seems to be safe, and the horror that we've seen in Hackdirt is over. But who were these deep ones? That is a mystery that remains to be solved. One of the most telling parts of the tale, even though you hear the screams or the groans of the deep ones throughout the caves, there is one piece of the puzzle that helps us solve the mystery of the deep ones which we never see, and that is when the Bible of the Deep Ones is translated to English from the Daedric alphabet, it almost exactly resembles the text of the book Nagasta, Kavata, Kavakis. This suggests that the Slowed race might be in some way associated with the Deep Ones. Though nothing has been confirmed canonically, the quest shares similarities with the H.P. Lovecraft short story The Shadow of Innsmouth and variants of the Cthulhu mythos. It's been an amazing adventure, if not unsettling, but just a testament to the writing of Oblivion. And with that, we head off back into the wilderness for our next adventure. Let me know in the comments below what your thoughts were on the quest, and as always, I shall see you next time, traveller.